obvious. Stop.
All I'm saying is this is the moment for you to show us what is real. If you want out, you'll take this pill. But if you are where you belong, you can go back to this every day, over and over, forever.
All right, I'm working on the interior of the car. I have one layer that's right here, just around that little area right there. I had that well. Right now, I'm using Simple Green. This is the best degreaser I have. Yes, Simple Green is categorized as a degreaser. It has some greaser. It's not good as a strictly degreaser, but it is doing pretty good. So I wipe down this passenger side. I'm about to move on to the driver's side and wipe down real good, then go from there. This video will consist of, these are my caps for the floor. Okay, I've grinded them down, got all the old paint off. They go inside. I'll show you on the floor inside. They cover up the holes. So I've painted it already, and there's 2 holes in the trunk. So there's 4 inside and there's 2 in the trunk. I haven't prepped and painted the trunk yet. I'm waiting to do that last. But I'm gonna spray down. I got this Rust-Oleum flat black, so it'll match what I already painted. Cause I need the seam seal under there. So I'm gonna get that done, and then I'll shoot another video after that. Still working on painting the Chevelle. I'm turning the camera around real quick just to show you what's going on. Right now, I put down some body filler. You can kind of see where it's low, like around the edge of my roof. So you can kind of see a low spot right there. You can see where I got this low spot right here, but I'm gonna have to sand this down, and I'm gonna have to redo it again because that divot was a pretty nice size. Other than that, it's coming out good. I started over here, so what I'm gonna have to do, that roof is gonna smooth out and it's gonna glide kind of on it there, and I sand it down. But other than that, it's going good. Good little video with progress. Just kind of getting it done slowly but surely. Other than that, I'll check in with you or shoot another video as soon as I make a little more progress. Peace. Shooting another video. All right, I laid a little. You can see I shaved my drip drip moldings. So I laid down a little body filler on that. I still got my roof area. That's about it. You can kind of see how it's coming out. It's not too bad. Like I said, I had one area that was from the manufacturer. Then these areas just through, like I had this little small area right here. That up there, that's smoothed out. That's smoothed out. I might have to put a little more body filler right there at the top, but that's pretty smooth right there. That's pretty, might need a little more sanding. I feel like it need a little more sanding than body filler. So other than that, it's coming out pretty good. You can see. Not complaining too much. You know what I mean? I'm enjoying the process. It's I had one divot right here. I got that compacted. I'm sanding. So what I'm sanding with 80 grit right now. So you can see, kind of see. Got my sanding blocks. I bought a little sanding kit off of, you know. So I'm using 80 grit. This is 2K primer. I did some research and I was supposed to do epoxy primer as the first step, not 2K primer. So it's epoxy primer, then 2K. I did 2K first, so I didn't do it correctly. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sand this 2K in conjunction with the body filler, and then I'm gonna go over it with the epoxy. So I'm gonna go back over it with epoxy, sand the epoxy down. And then after I sand the epoxy down, I'm gonna put another coat of 2K on it. So it's coming along. Everything is going smoothly. Not really anything to truly complain about, you know. I have to get this little area. I wanted to smooth this out. I didn't want that to be open, so I'm gonna smooth that out along with the drip rail. You know, I didn't want drip rails on it, so I cut those drip rails off. So I got to sand those down real good and get those squared away. But other than that, the process is going good. I'm gonna lay down a little more body filler. After I lay down a little more body filler, I get the sanding and then go from there. But other than that, everything is going smoothly. So we'll see how it goes. All right, working on the sanding down. You can see I sanded down this area. I'm gonna have to re-body fill. It's pretty smooth. You kind of see it's smooth. I have just probably one like right there. I have to fix that. But other than that, it's coming in good. I have like a little rocky edge right here, but you can kind of see that rocky edge right there. But I'm gonna re-body fill that, you know. As far as this, it dried up pretty good. I have one divot right here. I put a thin coat right there, and then this side came out pretty good, but you can kind of see it's coming along. It's not perfect yet, but it will be. Just one step at a time. I still have to get this area where I welded down. My welds came out pretty good, but I'm gonna throw some body filler, because of course when you open the door, that's the area you see. I still got body filler to sand down right there at the bottom, and then I welded it all the way across, but I'm still gonna body fill over the weld like that. I just got to mix up some more body filler. Other than that, it's coming along good. You can kind of see it. You know, I'm almost halfway through with the car. I'm getting there. Of course, I still got all the panels out here and everything like that, so it's a lot of work out there. the doors, but the doors are pretty flat. I don't think I have to do much to the doors. You know, whoever had the doors before already prepped them and painted them, but you never know what's under metal, so you never trust anybody else's work, you know? So I did sand it down. It was already body filler on it, so it's smooth now, but I'm gonna re-sand it and sand it until it's my work, you know? Other than that, we're good. We still have to do the fenders. Still got the fenders right here. These were the fiberglass fenders I picked up. I don't know how I'm gonna mount those on the car yet, but I'll figure that out later on down the line. My job right now is to just get it painted. We got one right there, and then we got one sitting over here. So I think I'm gonna have to do like just a cross brace on these, but I'm gonna have to weld something up maybe, but they'll come together. I'll figure it out. So we'll see how it goes. Other than that, everything is good. And I wanted to try to find a fiberglass trunk. So if anybody knows where a fiberglass trunk for a 1970 Chevelle is, just put something in my DM or something like that so I know where it's at. I'm still gonna keep metal doors just for safety probably. But other than that, it's coming along good, you know, no problems. I like how it's coming together. No problems, you know. Every problem I come across, I'm pretty much finding a solution to it. So it's a lot of sanding, you know. As you can see, I'm dusty and everything like that. So it's a lot of sanding. I don't want to record endless hours of me sanding the car because, you know, you already know it's 80 grit sandpaper, cross hatch it, you know, start with your epoxy primer, then work the 2K. You know, that's a mistake I made. I started with 2K, but I'm gonna go back over it after I'm sanding all the way down and get it there. So other than that, everything is coming out good, you know. I'm gonna just continue to sand and continue to add body filling in the divots I see. You know, most of the divots I got was just wear and tear between storage and the manufacturer of the fenders, you know. That's where all my problems have arisen. Other than that, you know, the car is pretty solid, so I can't blame the car. You know, I can just say that, you know, trials and tribulations of dealing with it, and dealing with outside entities. So I'm gonna shut this video down and then on to the next step. Working on the Chevelle, sanding it down. I'm working on the driver's side right now. Like I said, I wasn't gonna shoot videos of endless hours of me sanding because it gets a bit redundant. But you kind of see what I'm doing. I'm using 80 grit here. I got my different forms, you know, just to get in the cracks and crevices. I got my board. I just got all the shapes. I use the white chalking, dry coat. Right now I'm cross hatching. So So only problem I have right now that I see, this panel was good from the factory. So you can see the other panel. I'll show you the other panel on the other side. You can see it had a dent when it came from the factory. It's an Auto Metal Direct. It had a dent right there when I got it off the truck. Like I said, my suggestion to you, whenever you get these panels, don't sign for them if it has any damage, because I was thinking that it had damage. I could call them after I got the UPS truck. I got the UPS truck in the middle of the street. I could, you know, trying to get the product off, try not to hold up traffic, you know. Don't sign for that stuff until you verify the damage. You know, if it's damaged, then reject it. So, but you can see this panel. This panel is pretty. It's pretty good. I haven't had any problems out of it. Only problem I have is this area. You can see it kind of bulging out, and if I push it in, you can kind of see it from this angle. If I push it in, it's straight, but it was bulged out too much. So what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to, after I finish sanding everything, not Bondo, but body fill. After I body fill, I'm going to go back and weld this area, weld it in so it's straight, because it's bulging out now. And hopefully it holds. I'm hoping it holds, but if it doesn't, I'll figure something out. Hoping it holds there, and then I can continue on. But you can see kind of how it's coming out. Let me see, I got all this I have to sand. I've already chalked it out and everything like that. I got to sand all that and all that. So it's coming along smoothly. It's a process, so I'm taking it. So about it for this video. I'll shoot another one in a second and tell you how it goes. Peace. Okay, I'm finished sanding the body. You can see have some little divots and everything, but for the most part it's sanded. Got a couple little areas. Still have to wipe it down. I haven't wiped it down yet, so I'm gonna wipe it down with some degreaser. I use Simple Green. You can use whatever you want to use. Other than that, everything is going good. Everything is perfect. I'll use 80 grit. I haven't found any problem areas. Only area I'm doing well, this popped out. So I put a patch panel right there. But that area has been causing me problems. There's a lot of dirt and grime in that area. So I'm gonna have to weld that, and I'm gonna have to weld this area on, just because it's buckling out a little bit. I need to pull in a little bit, but I don't know if it's gonna hold. But if it don't hold, you know, it still looks good. You can kind of see it still looks good. It's not bowed out too much, but we'll see. You know, I'm gonna have to work with that, and I'm gonna have to figure out something for that. So I might have to add metal right here, or I can't put a cross brace or nothing across because it's gonna buckle. But I'll figure out something for it. You know, worst case scenario, you know, it'd be a little off, but it looks good to me. I'm not complaining about it. That's the end result of sanding the body. I'm gonna wipe it down. After I wipe it down, next I'm gonna sand my, I got my panels right here. So I got my doors, my hood, and my trunk. I'm not too much worried about the hood and the front end, because I'm gonna be running fiberglass. But I am worried about the doors, which the doors were already body filled. So the doors are pretty smooth. I'm gonna go back through and sand it down just to make sure they're good, but that should be pretty simple. The trunk should be pretty simple. Two only area I have with the trunk is this little buckle, this little edge over here, and I'll have to figure that out. Other than that, everything is running smooth. I plan on doing modifications to the hood, so I don't really want to. I don't know if I think I'm gonna paint it, then do the modifications. I don't think I'm gonna do I want to see how the hood look as is before I do anything. And then these fenders, I still have to work out the kinks in just mounting them. So we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna shut it down and then on to the next step. All right, I'm working on the trunk here. What I'm gonna do, instead of spray prime it, because I already have it off the car, have some of this flat red primer Rust-Oleum. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna prime it underneath this way, and then get it painted while it's off the car, and then I'm gonna put everything back on and then paint from there. So if you know what I'm saying. So I'm gonna go ahead and prime it. I already sanded it down. I sanded it. So I sanded it down with 80 grit. I had a Scotch Brite, or one of those, and then I used my sander a little bit too, my DA sander. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that primed, and I'll shoot another video. Doing a little body work here. You can see I had to fill in this area. Now I'm getting ready to Bondo it. I got my Bondo over there. Getting ready to Bondo that area. I had this area, and then after sanding, this little area came out. So I'm gonna fill in those two areas right now. It's coming out pretty good. No complaints. Just having to go back around after sanding. Some stuff popped out of the metal. Just a little note. Make sure you Bondoing. Make sure you use these Bondo applicators, because I was using these plastic ones, and you can kind of see like that's not very flimsy, and that was the problem I was having with my Bondo. This bends. See how much that bends compared to this, and that's why I was having so many gaps inside my body filler. That's why I was having little runs and streaks, like you can kind of see the runs and streaks right there. And that's why, because my applicator wasn't flexing when I was applying. So that's just a little word to the wise when applying body filler. Make sure you use these flexible Bondo applicators, not the plastic ones or metal ones. Because I tried the metal ones, I tried the hard plastic ones, but only ones would apply properly are these flexible ones. And you can see how flexible they are. But I'm continue to work, and then I'll shoot another video in a second. Peace. All right, I'm doing a little status update. I didn't want to bore you with a whole bunch of sanding. I've been sanding and body filling for the most part, so I didn't want to bore you with that. But I have made progress. I'm gonna turn the camera around real quick. And you see, this is my body filler. I didn't have many sections. It's pretty much smoothed out. I have a little rocky edges, but I'm going with epoxy primer next. This was 2K primer. I did some research, and I was supposed to do epoxy primer first before doing 2K primer. So it's supposed to be epoxy primer, sand down, then 2K primer. So I did 2K first. So I'm gonna go back over and I'm gonna do epoxy So this is my final end result. Everything came out pretty smooth. You see my edges look pretty good. Edges look pretty good. Same thing with the tail. Try to get this as straight as possible. The wells were good and I ground down the wells, but kind of see I just got a hard edge on there. And I'm using, the Bondo I'm using is Bondo Original Filler. So I'm using that as the body filler. A note is that when you use the body filler, this is the blue. Originally I was using the red, so it has the cream hardener. Originally I was using the red cream hardener. Don't use the red because the red dries up too fast. Use the blue. So that's what it came. The blue came with this original filler, body filler. So use that. It didn't dry as fast and gives you a little extra time to allow the body filler to dry on the car, on the metal. So I used the red was pretty much drying up before I even got it on the car. So make sure you get the blue filler, which comes with that original Bondo body filler. On the driver's side, and you see I got this area straight around the windows, good. And this was the only area that gave me a problem, but I finally got it squared away. You can kind of see here, kind of got it etched out there. I might have to sand down a little bit right there. For the most part, it's etched out. I only had one spot that I had to weld, and that was below the door. So that's just body filler mixed in with a little bit of primer. The primer didn't dry before I did application of the body filler. So that's how it came out, but it's good and hard, and I welded it up good, cleaned it up good, so it's good to go right there. Other than that, everything's coming together. Of course, I got your hard top good to go. This is my second Chevelle, so the first one was a hard top, so it kind of reminds me of the first one, so I'm gonna keep it hard top so it can remind me what I went through with the first one. So I'm gonna keep that one. So everything is pretty much squared away. Moving along, I've sanded down, I can prime. I used this Rust-Oleum flat red primer for the inside of the trunk. So I already sanded this down with 320. I sanded this down with 320. I'm going to paint this first. So this is going to be the first item I paint. After I paint it, then I'm going to put it back on the car. So I believe that's going to give me a chance to get like up under the bolts and everything like that. I already sanded down this door, passenger and driver side door. My front end, I'm gonna wait to the hood for last. So I'm waiting for that hood for last. You can see I got the fiberglass fenders up over there. I'm gonna have to consolidate both of those to get those squared away. Other than that, everything's going smooth. Continue on, press on. I haven't done a status update or haven't done a video in a while. You know, it was just a whole lot of sanding and pretty much all 80 grit. You know, I finally got to 320 with these doors and trunks. So Other than that, everything's going smooth. I'm going to call it a day, and then I'll check back in with you next time. Peace. All right, I've wiped down with simple green. Now I'm masking up. You can see, had to get a different type of masking tape this time. Word of advice, get this thicker masking tape because it'll hold, and make sure you wipe down your inside edge. But it's coming along. I've cleaned up everything, wiped down the interior. I still got to wipe down in there, but I vacuumed out. I wiped down the whole car. Next I'm gonna just start taping and then go from there. So I'll check in a bit. right, I got some of my purple evaporated. As you can see, went down a little bit, but I still got about almost 3 gallons. But I bought another pint, so this is pretty expensive. That's an absolute beautiful purple, as you can see. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add this purple to the purple I got to this liven up the purple a bit. So that's gonna go in there. Kind of more like plum. This is plum crazy right here, but this don't look plum at all, you know. But that looks more plum right there. So everything looks good. I'm gonna wrap that up, keep this close so no dirt or anything gets in it, and go from there. This is about I'm gonna try to paint both of my cars the same color if I can make it stretch. But yeah, this is about two and a half, 3 gallons. So check in. Peace. I'm working on the doors and inner door jambs of the Chevelle. As you can see, I'm just painting the inner door jamb area because I want to put the doors back on. You know, when I paint, I don't want to paint pieces. So I have the inner door, everything sand down and taped off. The trunk area is sand down and taped off. All right. And so is the passing driver's side area. Yeah. Sand off, taped off. So I'm gonna just do those inner areas. Out here, hold on, let me turn on my light here. Got everything set up outside. It's a bit dark, but you can see it's set up. I'm gonna move my light out here when it's time for me to paint. But for right now, I'm gonna leave this way. I'm gonna move my lamp out here once I get to this section. So move that lamp outside when I get to this section. I got everything set up right here. My reducer is 75 to 95. It's around 70 degrees right now, but I'm gonna put it on the line. I didn't expect it to be that cold, but that's what we live with. So I'm gonna get those inner door jambs painted. I have my hinges up. Have the hinges. You see, I got them hanging up top. So I'm gonna paint those when I'm on that side. And, I try to do as many videos as I can while I'm painting, but due to my that back side over, I'm not gonna be able to pull my camera for the passenger side. Get the mixing, see how it looks. If it looks right, do the reducer and temperature. Then I'll check in after that. So I'll shoot another video after that. So peace. All right, I'm still grinding it out here. The door jambs are done. I haven't cleared it yet, so I still have to clear coat it. The hinges The hinges are done. I had a couple spots that I couldn't get through just because how they made. I got both ends of the hinge on the passenger side. The trunk area good. Only problem that I had was on my doors. So I don't know what happened while spraying. I think I didn't have enough flash time. But I missed 2 spots on the trunks. I missed this area. I'm gonna go back over that real quick. But I had bubbling. It was bubbling. It wasn't adhering to the metal. So what I did was I got 400 grit and I sanded it down. You kind of see, I sanded it down. All this was cracking up, so I sanded it down real good. Kind of see right there, it was cracking up. I sanded it down with 400 grit, and I'm gonna do another coat over it. Just those areas, not the whole. Just those areas that messed up. The same thing on this door. It did the same thing in both areas. So I don't know what it is about those areas of the metal, but it cracked up on me. But I sanded it down with 400 grit, and I'm gonna go back over it. So I'm about to suit up and try to get that done, and I'll check in with you guys in a bit. Peace. All right, I got this area fixed. Turn the camera around here. Got that edge fixed. Came out smooth. All I did was I used some spray primer. I sanded it down with 320. Then I hit it with 400. I hit it with 400 also. 320, 400. Put the primer on there. Then I did 400 over the primer to smooth the primer out. After that, I resprayed, and it came out pretty even. You know, this area you can see, all that came out very even. So there you have it. Next, I'm about to do a clear. All right, so this is the clear. I got this off Amazon. I've heard good things about it. I've heard bad things about it. All I know about it is that this is what I can afford. See what I'm saying? So I got this off Amazon. I think it was like 80, 90 bucks for the kit. It comes with the clear. And I chose to do medium activator, but it's a little cold out here right now. It says 75 degrees. It's around 65, 70. So hopefully it works. What you got? So hopefully it worked. The wind is blowing. So you can see I got the wind blowing everywhere. So I might have to hold off until the wind settles down. But for right now, I'm gonna just clear these inside doors area. And then go from there. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get everything so I can put the doors back on and the trunk back on. When I get that on, then I haven't blocked the outside of the doors yet, and I want to line the lines up on the door. I want to line the lines up on the doors before I did any blocking or anything like that. Make sure that my line is straight. That one line that you got down the side right here, I just want to make sure that's straight with the doors, and when I block it, I want to make sure that's crispy. So that's my update for today. I'm not going to shoot a video of me spraying. I'm pretty sure you guys have seen that. I've also done the bolts. If you want to do bolts, it's a good way to do them. Put them in a box and do it that way. So I got the bolts to the hinges. The hinges are up there. And I'm going from there. Check in in a little bit. Peace. Alright. Everything is dry out here. It's dried up. As you can see, problem area. Doing my drying process. I had some oil over here, and the oil somehow kicked up and got on this, but I wiped it down. It looks pretty good. I had to wipe this area a little better. Other than that, that's two coats of paint and 2 coats of clear. So this trunk was a little more weathered. You see how good the doors came out? The doors came out great. Inside of the doors, inside of the trunk here, you can see That's 2 coats of clear. So what I'm gonna do next is I'm going to put my doors. I'm gonna put my doors and my trunk back on the car because I'm trying to get the space back. So I'm gonna put my doors and my trunk back on the car, and then see where it goes. Other than that, everything's going smooth. You know, no complaints. I'm here, and then I'll check in with you in a little bit. All right, you can see I got the door counter on here. I put the bolts in very loosely. You kind of see in there. Put the bolts in very loosely. Now I'm working on lining it up. I got to get grab my impact gun and try to line it up. Way off, so I get it straight. I'm gonna lock it in and get it a little closer. Get it a little closer to where it's supposed to be. Then I get it a little closer where it's supposed to be. Then I'm going to tighten it down. I got it loose on both ends, loose on that back end and loose on that front end. So we'll see how it goes. Okay, as you can see right here, I'm a little high. I'm low on the passenger side and I'm high on this side. So what I'm gonna do is try to get it even. So I'm gonna take those screws out and loosen them up, and I'm gonna try again. So we'll see how it goes. I'll check in a bit. I'm in the process of priming, so I'm using epoxy primer. I'm using epoxy primer. I'm gonna turn the camera around so you can see here. You see, I'm gonna have to go back over. You can see the kind of craters. See those craters in there? So I'm gonna go back over that. I'm gonna sand it down good. I'm gonna sand that down with probably 180. It came outside of the firewall, it came out good. I had one little mishap. My tape fell off and I got primer inside the door, but I'll fix that. It's no big deal. But you can see, I got that primer. This is epoxy primer. This is epoxy primer. I bought it off Amazon. This is okay, this is Restoration Shop KEP 402. And that is KEP 405. It comes in a kit. This is just a 1 quart kit. I usually get the gallon kit. I would suggest that you get the gallon kit if you got anything. Because the only thing I did with that 1 quart kit is, which it comes with 2 pints. So that's 1 pint and that's 2 pints. It goes 1 in 1 mixture, and you mix them together. The only thing I got with that done was the firewall, and I got the inside of my other areas. So I'll show you what I'm talking about. You can kind of see the inside of that valence, that area that goes along the front, the inside of that fender. Inside of that fender. It came out great for the fenders. I don't know if I'm gonna sand these down. I think I might just paint directly over them. But you can see how it goes. Same thing with this. Came out pretty good. I think I'm just paint over them without sanding. I already sand down with 320. That's gonna be on the inside, especially stuff like this. This is the radiator support. So I don't see the reason of really sanding it down. I sprayed it good. I can kind of cross hatch it up a little bit with some 180 or a Brillo pad, with some 80 grit or a Brillo pad. But I think I might do like 120. I think I might do like 180 or 320. So you can see how it's going. It's a beautiful day in Las Vegas. I'm gonna keep pressing on. Pressing on. Have a little bit of sanding to do. Have just a couple odds and ends. So I'm trying to put the car back together, but it's taking time to get there. After I complete this, I'm going to start working on the door jambs and everything like that, getting those lined up. But for now, everything came out pretty good. Everything came out pretty good, no complaints. And just keep pressing on, Just keep pressing on, keep doing work, and I'll check in with you next video. on the door jambs. You can see when I got this car, it didn't have or anything in it. So I got these locks off of eBay. So these are the lock mechanisms. They're brand new. I'm gonna throw these in. I tried to find directions in my manual, but it didn't have exact assembly directions. So I'm just throw the locks in for now. And I'll figure that out later after I get handles and everything like that. So I'm gonna start with the passenger side. And work my way from there. So I'll shoot another video in a second. Let you know how it's going. All right, as you can see, I got the door lock in. It's closing, but my striker is off. So I had to pull the striker all the way out in order to get it to close. All right, you can see my door jambs are kind of on. 1970 Chevelle doors are at the top right here. It does have, most cars do have a bigger gap, like from here to here. I'm gonna attempt to fix that and close that down. But as you can see, it's kind of, it opens fine. So it's good to go. I have a door adjuster. I'm gonna get that, and I'm gonna see if I can attempt to adjust the door even better, and then go from there. So we'll see how it goes. All right. So I got this is my door jamb leveler. I put it on a jack at the end. I got my level. You kind of see my level is absolutely level. It's absolutely level right now. So you can see that right there. Next, I'm gonna screw down these bolts. So hopefully this method gets me ballpark where it's supposed to be at. Because I don't know what I'm gonna do if this doesn't work. So I'm gonna drill these down, get these holes down, drill down, get the bolts tightened down, and I'm gonna see if this comes out correctly. So, all right, working on the door jambs here. I got it as close as possible. So I did everything to get it as close as possible. You see, I ran some tape down the side. This is the gap I have. My plan is to make an incision with my cutting wheel down to get it from off the door. And you see it's kind of on the door right there. It's kind of on the fender, the quarter panel. My plan is to make an incision down, and when I make that incision down, it'll have the proper gap, and then I'll be able to body fill from there. So right now I'm about to get to that. I'll be using this Work Pro blade, so I'm gonna get that done. Make the incision. This gap up here is pretty good, but I'm gonna make an incision, probably starting about right there, and then make it on down. So we'll see how it goes. Currently I'm modifying this fiberglass fender so it'll fit. I believe these, when it was Pop, whatever company this is, I had a company, I'll try to put the company in the links and find it. I traced this out. I believe 71, 72 has this little indentation that you need. So I have to cut that area out As you can see on the original fender, this is the original fender that I had on there. And it has that area cut out, so I'm gonna have to cut out that area in order to put the headlight buckets and everything like that on it. But you see the reason I'm not using this fender. It can be salvaged, but you know, for the price that I would pay for that patch panel, I can get these new fiberglass ones. So I'm gonna modify that, cut it out, and then on to the next one. All right, I'm working on just getting everything smoothed out here. As you can see, I used some glaze just to fill in on the areas that I had to place Bondo. I was having a problem with the Bondo having a little crevices in it and stuff like that. As you can see, I put some glaze on top of the areas that need to be Bondo. So you can kind of see around the trunk. Not Bondo, but body field. You can see around the trunk, up top. So I used, this is Bondo glazing and spot putty. So it's for pinhole scratches, minor dings, and hairline cracks. So that was the problem I was having. I was having a problem with just little divots in the body filler. So this is supposed to help that. I'm about to, I got this off of Amazon. It comes with 4 in a pack. So you get 4 of them, 4 of these tubes. I did the front edge and everything. So what I'm gonna do is I got 320. I'm a 320 on the DA sander because I still have to do another coat of primer. So I'm a 320 on the DA sander, and then I'm going to go from there. So everything's working out smoothly. I'm gonna get this sanded with the DA sander. I'm not gonna bore you with a whole bunch of hours of sanding. So I'm gonna get this sanded with the DA sander, and then I'll go from there. All right, working on door gaps, door jambs. Let's see what I got here. So far, everything's came out good. Sanded down the roof, that came out good. The trunk is good. Just got a little more sanding to do. This driver's side is giving me a little more hassle than the passenger side. So you can kind of see everything's coming out. So I still have to sand it down. I haven't sanded it down yet. I still have to, but it'll get there. It looks a little better. You can see. Other than that, the roof is going good. I got a couple of spots I have to sand down, like right here. Still have to do that. Next, I'm gonna put on the hood, I think, because I'm having a problem with the fenders. So I'm gonna put on the hood, and then I'm going to go from there. So kind of see the front end. I still have to put the pins on there. So I'm gonna put the pins in and just see how they look. Just so I can line the hood up, because I think I need to put the hood on in order to line the fenders up, if that makes sense. So, because I don't want any gaps on the hood. So I'm going to put that hood on and I'll go from there. Also, I finished the cowl area. That came out pretty smooth. I got a couple of areas that came out pretty smooth. But shoot another video in a bit. All right, right now I'm working on the driver's side fender. I painted the inside, but you can see this is fiberglass and it's warped right here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this heat gun. I got a little heat gun right here. It's warped right here also. Right here, I have 3 spots and right there. I'm gonna take the heat gun and I'm going to just try to get it to bend with the heat and see if I can get it to get those warps out of it, because right now it's throwing off my measurements. So I'm gonna do that, and then I'll shoot another video in a second. Alright, you can see here, I got this area flattened out now. Got the warps out. Got this out as much as I could. In this area right here, I bent it back some. So there we have it. I'm going to test fit a little more. See what comes out the other side. And then go from there. Alright. Right now I'm trying to get the fenders on. The problem I'm having is I'm trying to fit these fenders, but you see how far in the bolts are going? So what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to just line them up and hope that they catch. I drilled 2 holes, so I'm gonna put 2 holes right here just like factory, 1 right here, and then 2 below. I'm doing exactly identical to factory. So I'm gonna get this bolted down and then fit the other side after that. I have this kit, this master body kit. It came with the bolts here. So these bolts are labeled fender bracket radiator support. So those, they give you 4 of them, brand new, and they go right there. So I'll be getting those in and then on to the next step. All right, I got the, see I had to re-drill some holes here. So I had to drill fresh holes for this because those factory holes just weren't lining up with this. So I drilled those in. I drilled a new hole on these. Just trying to work with it. It's fiberglass, so of course it's not gonna be as firm of a fitment as metal, but I'm getting there. So I got these on. I'm going to try to put the driver's side on. Then after I put the driver's side on, then I'm gonna try to work with the hood a little bit. So other than that, everything's going pretty smoothly. I'm gonna go on to the other side and go from there. I have to modify this portion of the hood is sitting on the cowl right now. So I had to modify this in order to get it to sit correctly because I'm not using hinges. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut this portion off. I'm gonna cut it off right here. Cut that portion out. And just so we can leave a little indentation so the hood flap down on it. So I'm gonna get that done, then we'll go from there. Shoot another video here, putting the fenders on. What I did is it has these tabs right here. So I traced the outline. I drew a little X on, this is dry erase marker, so it rubs right off. Drew a little X where the bolt is. I'm gonna put the fender over, put in that same shadow so I know exactly where it's at. Then I'm gonna drill down on the X that I copy onto the fender. So this is my driver's side fender. It's not coming out as good as the passenger side, but it is getting there. I don't know what's going on with it, but I'm trying to line it up. It's just not having the same fitment on this passenger side, but it is fiberglass. You have different molds and different pops, you know what I mean? So this wasn't molded. You can kind of tell right here. You can see, like, you see how long this area is right here on this driver's side. So I'm gonna have to cut that down, but you see how short it is over here? This is the way it's supposed to be. So the passenger side is the way it's supposed to be. Same thing with the tabs that I'm bolting down now. So I'm gonna get it there. It'll take time. I'll cut that down and then go from there. But let me get this locked in, and I'll go on to the next video. Peace. All right, got the fender on. You can see it's 2 bolts. I'm gonna put 2 more bolts because in the factory it came with 2 bolts right here. I got to fill that in, get that filled in because I missing drill too close the first time. But this is my final end result. I still have, which the bolts are in the mail. I had to order them, but I still have to do the bottom edge. See, it's off. I have to do that bottom edge. Other than that, we good to go. I'm going to put the hood back on and then see how it fits, make sure it fits good. Seems like everything's pretty squared away. My bushings, oh, it's a little off, but I get it there. So, other than that, everything is good. Moving right along. I'll shoot another video. All right, I got everything cleaned up here. I sanded it with 320 because I'm gonna prime it again. I could have did a little harder grit, but I'm gonna roll with this just because I already primed it once. I got a couple spots I need to get still. I wiped the fenders down. I'm still waiting for bolts, so I had to get those bolts. But other than that, good. Wiped it down real good. Everything is going good so far. No problem. Just doing my assembly process right now. So it's coming together. It's definitely a task in itself. I'm going to place the front, I don't even know what you call it. I guess you call it like the grill. I had to put that back on, and then the headlight buckets. But the only problem I'm having is when I painted the inside of my fenders, I didn't paint this external portion right here. I'll show you what. I didn't paint this external portion right here. So it's only a small little area. So I'm thinking I might just tap it with a little paint. I didn't want to pull out the paint gun, but tap it with a little paint and then go from there. So I'm gonna continue on getting everything squared away, but you see how it's coming out. It's coming out pretty good. I'm just trying to get this fiberglass to blend with the metal. I'm gonna have to make an incision right here along this edge. It might be a little short right here, but you know, that's part of the game. And then cut that across just so that'll look flush. I don't know what I'm gonna do for the other side. The pop on these moldings was terrible at the top edge, so I don't know what I'm gonna do right here. I know I'm gonna have to hit it with the heat gun. That's the first thing I'm gonna have to do, and try to bend it back and then I'm gonna have to just make an incision, and maybe I'm gonna have to have that same V right there as I do on that side. But I'll figure that out later after I get those bolts on that bottom edge on. I don't want to figure out the top until I get the bolts for the bottom edge on. So check in with it in a little bit, shoot another video in a little bit. Peace. All right, I am putting the fenders on the car. So my problem area is it's just hard to mark these areas. I ordered this. This is your part number and everything right there. That's the lower fender bolt. So it comes with 4, 2 for each side. So I'm gonna put that at the bottom of the fender down there. I'm having a problem just marking it off. So I'm gonna do my best to mark it the best I can and then go from there. So let me get that done and then check in a little bit. Peace. All right. I got everything taped off here for the front end. What I'm trying to do right now is paint the cowl. So I got to get the cowl. I got to get that straight and squared away. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use this self-etching primer, Duplicolor, as my primer, and I'm gonna use the same base coat. It's this purple. So I'm gonna get this sprayed and get it primed, and then go from there. So let's see how it goes. All right, I've assembled the front end. As you can see, I got the headlight buckets on, have the hood on. The problem I'm having is I have a larger gap right here on my hood. You can see it's pretty. This is a fiberglass hood. So I have a larger gap on the hood. So I had to figure out, it's on both sides that way. So I think it's just the fitment of the hood because everything is lined up and everything is correct. But other than that, everything came out good. Like I say, most of the problems that I'm having is from the pop of the fenders like this. Like you can kind of see that's too high. So I'm gonna have to trim that down. And on this side right here is sort of in the same area. You know, I'm gonna have to trim this down and get that correct. But first I need to lift up the hood and raise up the hood just so it'll be even. So other than that, it's coming out good. Not really having any problems with it. I'm definitely gonna have to, you know, take my time with it. I don't have too much left. I'm gonna do another coat of primer. This is my, I think this is my 4th coat of primer. So this is my 4th coat of primer. I put epoxy primer twice and 1 coat of 2K so far. And this is gonna be my 4th coat of epoxy. I'm gonna do another coat of epoxy. Just to make sure it's locked in, you know. So I should be good after that. I should be good after the epoxy. I did the fenders, inside of the fenders and hood and everything in epoxy. So that came out well. So I'm gonna roll with that. So what I'm gonna do is do another coat of black primer because I'm trying to do the black under the purple. You can kind of see the purple. I'm trying to do the black under the purple just so it'll make the purple a little. Cause I don't want a bright color. I want a little more darker color. So I'm gonna continue on. I still have to get the fenders put away right here so the door open properly. But it's just me niching it out, and I have to move this fender out. So this line, you can kind of see I almost got it there, but I'm a little off. So I'm gonna get that straight and then go from there. So. Okay, I'm in the process of sanding. I'm gonna hit this I'm at 320 now. So just because it's fiberglass, this is my first coat. I'm gonna hit this with 320. Of course, when you're doing your base metal, but I already hit this with 2K primer, which is metal. But I'm doing 80 grit for this. I already sanded the hood. This was 2K primer. I already sanded that with 80 grit. I mean, not 80 grit, but initially it was 80. Then I did the 2K primer. Now I'm doing 320. I already did 320 on the hood. Now I'm gonna do 320 because I got some tape marks where I had tape on it. You can see the fitment. I finally got the fitment right, but I got kind of a rough edge, a little rough edge. The fitment is good. The door is open and fine. So the door is open and good. Gap good on the back of the door. So I'm gonna hit that with 320. I'm gonna hit that side, this side with 320. And then get ready for primer. Not paint yet. So this is my 4th coat of primer. I did 2K primer first, which don't do your 2K primer first. Do your epoxy primer first. So I was supposed to do epoxy first, but I did 2K first. I went ahead and sanded that down with 80 grit. After that, I did epoxy primer, and then I did another coat of epoxy primer. I don't think I'm gonna go back to 2K. You're supposed to do your 2K primer last because it's easier to sand, but I don't think I'm gonna go back to the 2K primer. I got epoxy. Epoxy is gonna be my final primer, so I'm a epoxy primer it. I still have a hood gap to worry about here, but it's kind of just a factory fitment. I can't do anything about that. It's a fiberglass hood. I'm gonna just work with it. I'm gonna put pins in the back. So my goal is just to make sure everything's set symmetrical. This gap is huge right here. This gap is huge on this side, and I have no way to really get that to close any, but this is about all I can do. So I'm going to leave it there. I'm gonna put a little bit of body filler on it, see if I can close the gap a little bit, but if I can't, then that's gonna be the end result. I'm not gonna worry about it any more than that, you know. But I'm gonna try my best to get it flush. I still have to cut down this area because, like I say, when the fiberglass was popped, it has edges. And what they do is they hold this area down with wood and everything. So that's why it has a lip on it. So I have to still get that flush, and I still have to get the hood flush. So that's it for right now. On to the next one. Peace.
You better be careful with that donkey, shorty.
Excuse me?